Magandang araw po muli, mga kababayan. Good morning. Alas 6:30 na ng umaga. Natatawa ako doon sa nangyaring debate doon sa Senado noong August 6. Kasi si Senador Alan at si Senador Marcoleta magkasundo. Talagang hanga siya, saludo siya si Senador Alan Cayetano kay Senador Marcoleta. Ang daming mga ginagamit na mga halimbawa, mga analogy. Yung analogy niya na tungkol sa manliligaw tapos ayaw ng mga ganitong kamag-anak ng papa na yung gagawing illegal, yung panliligaw, dapat sa legal ipadaan. Pero si Senador Soto, ang analogy niya ay yung basketball. Ipa-review daw niya. Ipapareview mo pa yun, tambak na nga eh. Hindi lang tambak na tambak. Ano, karami yung tambak. Hindi lang 10. Ipapareview mo pa yun. Makakahabol pa kaya yung klaseng analogy. Ito, panoorin po natin si Senador Alan Cayetano at si Senador Marcoleta. Magkasundo sila. Subaybayan po ninyo. Kasi may nagtanong, mga chap-chap daw yung aking video. Hindi mo naman kailangan pakita buo yung, halimbawa, nagsasalita yung kung bakit siya pumayag na mag-yes. Papaliwanag pa niya ang haba-haba. Sa totoo lang, pinanood ko ang haba nun, mahigit 6 na oras. Halos mag-7 oras. Pero itong ipapanood ko po sa inyo ay galing mismo sa Senado. Hindi ko po kinuha sa kanino mang mainstream media. Hindi po. Sa Senado ko mismo ito kinuha. Kaya, pero maiksi lang po ito. Parang 20 minutes yata. Yung talakayan ni Senador Alan Cayetano at Senador Marcoleta. Hindi nila matutulan yung immediate executory decision. NBank. NBank. Ano ba yung NBank? Lahat yun, yung 15 judge sa Supreme Court. Lahat sila. Nagkaisa ng pasya, hindi yung 1, 2, 3 lang, 5. Gaya ng tinatanong ni Marcoleta kay Pontiveros kung ano ba yun, yung baka division lang yun. Tapos sagot niya ay Ito, panoorin po natin kung paano pinaliwanag na hindi na dapat ituloy yung impeachment. Senador Alan at Cayetano at Senador Marcoleta.
Sa Congress ho ba, hindi ba tamang rule to? Kapag ka may impeachment, merely being elected as a representative of the district or of the party list, dapat ipakita man lang sa iyo yung articles of impeachment at saka yung ebidensya.
Tama po kayo, wala man lang po akong nakita sapagat ako po hindi isinali sa pakakitaan.
God and the world has a way of correcting itself because now I have the privilege of serving the people here, not as a salimpusa, and definitely, Your Honor, as chairman of the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee, is not a salimpusa here in the Senate. In fact, you are an esteemed neophyte with a very powerful committee. He was adopted by PDP and ran with a particular party, but he is not a member of the Duterte bloc. Am I correct there?
Technically speaking, Mr. President, I am not a member of the PDP.
Number 3, ang sinasabi lang ng number 3, kahit na pumirma yung 1/3, kailangan ipakita pa rin sa lahat ng Kongreso. Isa po sa hinanakit po yun nung bata ako dahil ako po'y payat nun at hindi katangkaran. Parati akong saling pusa sa
Sir, what is the pleasure of the Honorable...
Just a very quick intervention. Very quick, Mr. President.
Pangilinan, yes, you may proceed, sir.
Yes, Mr. President. And we place this on record after reading the ruling, the decision of the Supreme Court. Mr. President, the Supreme Court referred to the Senate impeachment court repeatedly. And therefore, it is the Senate impeachment court that was also impleaded. It is the Senate impeachment court that may, if it opts to, file a motion for reconsideration. And therefore, this motion to dismiss, we believe, should be forwarded to or tackled by the Senate as an impeachment court.
Your Honor, just on that point, the parties mentioned in the case is not the Senate impeachment court, but the Senate. And the dispository section of the decision makes mention also of the Senate. If I may quote, consequently, the Senate did not acquire jurisdiction to constitute itself as an impeachment court. That's the decision of the court in Duterte v. HOR.
Mr. President, we will go back to the earlier manifestations
The
of...
mic, please.
We will go back to the earlier manifestations of the minority leader. Yes, the Supreme Court ruled that we have no jurisdiction. Yet, the decision is flawed in terms of the facts on procedure, the one-year bar, and on due process. This is at least, of course, our assertion. And therefore, should we not wait for a motion for reconsideration to be resolved before we proceed and vote on the matter that has removed from the impeachment court jurisdiction? Should we not at least assert the power and the prerogative under the Constitution of the Senate impeachment court in terms of the exclusive jurisdiction, number one, and the sole power to try and decide?
That is what we will be deciding and voting upon this afternoon, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr.
Senator
President.
Cayetano is
Yes,
recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. The distinguished gentleman, Senator Marcoleta from Tarlac and Senador ng buong bansa. Sir President, initially I wanted to speak pagbotohan na po. But very interesting po yung question na bringing up ni Senator Lacson. But aside from that, Mr. President, masyadong mabigat yung crossroads na hinaharap ng ating bansa. And remember, assuming we do nothing today, I am 101% sure that on February 6, 2026, an impeachment case will be filed against the Vice President. Maybe against other impeachable officers too. So I think it is very important that mahimay natin yung desisyon, yung sentimento ng institusyon na to, mailabas hindi lang sa social media at sa traditional media ang mga puntong nagsasaliwa, meaning pong parang hindi nag-uusap eh. So at least here we disagree. But whether we listen to the minority leader or to Senator Marcoleta, we agree to listen to each other and to examine each other's points. So I just like a few minutes on some very important matters. Let me start by the accusation that because of this decision, masyado nang mahirap at wala nang mai-impeach. So may I ask Senator Marcoleta if he would give me the honor of asking him a few questions and allowing me to interpolate on 2 or 3 topics. The first one is whether or not naging imposible na mag-impeach under this decision.
The gentleman may proceed if Senator Marcoleta will so allow it.
Yes, Mr. President.
Mr. President, sabi po nung iba, imposible na daw mag-impeach ngayon dahil sa desisyon. I see the decision before you. I approached you last week. You've been studying it. I see your radio program. Mukhang 10 beses mo na nabasa yung desisyon at apparently, Mr. Senator, you also listen to criticism. So kung ano rin yung sinasabi ng iba, pinapakinggan mo rin. In your view, may I take note first, Mr. President, that I am glad that the Senator made a distinction na he is for the rights of everyone. He was adopted by PDP and ran with a particular party, but he is not a member of the Duterte bloc. Am I correct there?
Technically speaking, Mr. President, I am not a member of the PDP, but I admit that I was adopted and I ran in unity with some of the parties of the PDP candidates at the
The
time.
point I'm going at is like, I was a cabinet member in the Duterte administration, but I have not talked to the Vice President. I ran as an independent in 2022, so I speak now as a senator and not as a partisan. I assume the same, Your Honor.
Yes,
That
Mr.
you're
President.
giving your own personal opinion as Senator Marcoleta, not as a partisan. Of course, I assume that for everyone here, no, regardless of our position. So, Mr. Senator, sa iyong paghimay ng desisyon, sa tingin mo ba imposible na ngayon mag-impeach ng isang impeachable officer?
Hindi po, Mr. President.
So, naging napakahirap ba mag-impeach ng isang officer?
Hindi ko po alam kung bakit mahirap po sa kanila, Mr. President. Ang importante lang po, ilagay lang po sa tamang proseso. Napakasimple po kasi nung kanilang mga tuntunin, iniisip ko, sundin lang yung mga tuntunin. Ang problema po, isa man sa tuntunin, wala pong sinunod. Kaya po humirap ng humirap para sa kanila.
So, Mr. President, I'm glad you mentioned tamang proseso. I think the way the Supreme Court said it in page 95 of the decision, there is a right way to do the right thing at the right time. The problem, Mr. President, is sinasabi po nung iba, may decision na sa former decisions, meron ng definition ng initiation, and many of us here were not mere spectators there. I mean, Senator Soto, I think, was in the impeachment court, di ba, of Senator Estrada, Senator Laurentu. Senator Kiko was still on the, we were together kay Senator Corona. Senator Cheese and I and Senator Mix were in the House during the prayer 1/3 to the Senate articles of impeachment, di ba? So, hindi po tayo stranger sa mga pangyayaring ito. Ang punto ko, Mr. President, Senator Marcoleta, kung hindi nagsabi ang Supreme Court ng specific na dapat sundin, pwede kong ma-interpret na baka naman masyadong mahirap, baka naman kahit anong i-file kung gustong protektahan, hindi na siya ma-impeach. Paano na yung accountability? But is it true, Mr. President, that on page 93 of the decision, the Supreme Court actually narrated what has to be done for a valid impeachment complaint?
Yes, Mr. President.
Allow me to read. 1, the draft article of impeachment or resolution should be accompanied by evidence when made available to members of the House, especially those who are considering its endorsement. 2, the evidence should be sufficient to prove the charges in the articles of impeachment. 3, the draft articles of impeachment and their accompanying evidence should be made available to all members of the House of Representatives, not only to those who are being considered to endorse. Impeachment is an act of the entire House, which requires a qualified minority of only 1/3 of its members to be transmitted to the Senate. However, the House of Representatives is a deliberative assembly where each member should be allowed to represent the views of their constituents. Let me stop there first. Mr. President, may problema ba yung number 1? Na yung articles of impeachment kailangan may ebidensya?
Wala pong problema doon, Mr. President.
Hindi ba ho baliktad? Kung walang ebidensya, may problema.
Tama po.
Kasi kung walang ebidensya, ano yon? Tapon mo sa Senate, bahala na si Batman. So, precisely tama ang Supreme Court that even if 1/3 endorse or file, dapat may ebidensya na. Let me go to the second part. The evidence should be sufficient to prove the charges in the article of impeachment. Mr. President, tama po ba na iba po yung sufficiency at iba din po yung quality or yung burden of proof? Diba?
Opo.
So halimbawa po, sa piskalya, hindi po kailangan sa piskalya beyond reasonable doubt.
Probable.
Kailangan lang that there is probable cause that a crime was committed and there is probable cause that the accused committed that crime.
Yes, Mr. President.
So in the same manner, hindi sinasabi dito sa 2 na kailangan mo ipresenta sa mga congressman lahat ng testimony, lahat ng ebidensya. Ang kailangan lang, if you assume the evidence to be true, it will be enough to convict.
Tama po.
Because if not, then sayang lang ang oras natin sa Senate. Kung may articles of impeachment ka, walang ebidensya or may ebidensya pero yung ebidensya is not sufficient to prove the charges, either the Senate will be a kangaroo court and convict without evidence or we will be wasting our time. So wala rin problema sa number 2, Mr. President.
Wala po, Mr. President.
Number 3, ang sinasabi lang ng number 3, kahit na pumirma yung 1/3, kailangan ipakita pa rin sa lahat ng Kongreso. Isa po sa hinanakit po yun nung bata ako dahil ako po'y payat nun at hindi katangkaran. Parati akong saling pusa sa basketball, baseball, volleyball dahil hindi po ako ganong kagaling sa sports. Sa Congress ba, hindi ba tamang rule to? Na kahit wala ka sa majority, kahit wala ka sa qualified minority, kapag ka may impeachment, merely being elected as a representative of the district or of the party list, dapat ipakita man lang sa iyo yung articles of impeachment at saka yung ebidensya.
Tama po kayo. Wala man lang po akong nakita sapagkat ako po hindi isinali sa pakakitaan ng...
So naiintindihan niyo po kung paano maging saling
Hindi ko nga
pusa.
po alam na meron na po pala. Hindi man lang kami binigyan eh. Kaya nung tinanong ko po yung aking mga kasama, kayo pala bigyan nyo nga ako ng kopya para mabasa ko. Wala rin kami. Paano nyo pinirmahan? Hindi naman namin binasa nung pinirmahan na. Basta meron lang binigay ng mga signature pages. Doon lang kami pumirma. So hindi nyo nabasa? Hindi.
God and the world has a way of correcting itself because now I have the privilege of serving the people here, not as a salimpusa, and definitely, Your Honor, as chairman of the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee, is not a salimpusa here in the Senate. In fact, you are an esteemed neophyte with a very powerful committee. So, again, number 3 is just a simple walang salimpusa rule, which is very good. Number 4, respondent have the opportunity to be heard on the draft articles of impeachment. Hindi ko na po babasahin dahil mahaba, pero basically ang sabi ng Supreme Court dito, hindi naman kailangan pumunta doon ang Vice President. Pwedeng through pleadings. Meron po bang masama dito, Mr. President, na kapag may na-impeach, bigyan man lang siya ng kopya at pasagutin muna siya sa House bago siya pasagutin sa Senate? May masama po ba dito?
Wala pong masama, Mr. President. Ang totoo nga po, sinasabi nga na dapat i-repair po lahat ng impeachment complaints kahit na yung pinirmahan ng 1/3 o higit pa, i-repair sa Committee on Justice. Yun po ang paraan siguro para magkaroon man lang ng pagkakataon ng Vice President kahit na by pleadings lang, makasagot siya.
Yeah.
Pero hindi nga po ibinigay.
Before I go to number 5, just because I like your answer, Mr. President, one thing that guides me, no? So I've in coming to my decision with this, I follow 2 books. One, the Bible, which is of course a covenant between God and people, tayo, and the Constitution, which is a covenant among the Filipino people and the government, no? Alam mo, both books talk about due process. Ang Panginoon, nung kinain ni Adam at Eve yung prohibited fruit, nagtanong muna siya, ba't kayo nagtatago? Hindi nag-accuse, nagtanong muna, pero alam na ng Diyos. So ang ibig lang sabihin ng due process, sabi ng desisyon ng Supreme Court, magtanong ka muna bago ka humusga. So Mr. President, I was thinking, what if naging masyadong emotional yung eleksyon ng huli and one-third of members of Congress ay naging anti-administration at ang kinahaharap natin ngayon ay isang impeachment labang kay President Marcos at pag siya'y na-impeach, magiging presidente si Vice President Sara. I wonder if all of us in this room and out of this room will still have the same paninindigan. I hope I will. I'm not judging. I am just saying, Mr. President, what helps me is those 2 books, but also to put myself in the opposite side, to put myself in that position. What if, so I'm looking, I see my good friend, former Senate President Subiri, shaking his head. So, natanaw ko tuloy si Senator Kiko. What if Vice President Lenny and Senator Kiko won in 2022? And what if ang ini-impeach ngayon ay si Senator Kiko? I hope yung decision ko to support this decision would be the same.
Tama
Because
po,
the Supreme-
dapat walang pagkakaiba.
Wala saan pagkakaiba. So number 5, a reasonable period of time determined on the basis of complexity of charges must be given to all members of Congress. Kasi lumalabas po, yes, tama si Senator Soto, ibang mode yung 1/3. Pero lumalabas po mismo sa pleadings, mismo sa sinabi ng House of Representatives, wala pang 3 oras. Yung
Wala po.
ibinigay sa mahigit 200 na pumirma, samantalang ang complaint is a few hundred pages. Tama po ba?
Mahaba pong pahina lahat yung sinabi sa akin, Mr. President, at hindi po nila nakayang basahin sapagkat wala nga silang kopya. Humihingi po sila ng kopya bago pumirma, ngunit wala pong ibinigay. Yun po yung sinabi sa akin ng mga ilan sa aking mga kasamahan doon.
Yung number 6 po, Mr. President, madali kasi kailangan yung impeachable act is an act done while they were in their present office. So wala naman pong problema dyan. Meaning, kung may nagawa si Senator Cruz nung konsyal pa siya, pero ngayon Vice President na siya, hindi naman siya pwedeng impeach base sa ginawa niya nung konsyal siya.
Tama po.
So madali po yon. Number 7, at the very least to accord the opportunity to be heard under the requirement of due process in the procedure under Article 11, Section 3, Paragraph 4, after the draft articles of impeachment and required proof arrived at. Letter A, the House of Representatives should provide a copy of the draft articles and its accompanying evidence to the respondent and give her an opportunity to respond within a reasonable period. May problema po ba dito?
Wala po.
Kapag ka ganito kabigat, natatanggalin mo ang isang impeachable officers, tama po ba yung surprise?
Hindi po.
Parang, eto yung wag mo nang tignan, 1/3 naman kami, sa Senado ka na, sa Senado ka na mag-reply. Letter B simply states that all members, again, it's the walang saling pusa. So, Mr. President, in other words, it is not true that it is now too difficult. Sundin lang yung page 93, 94. Whether it's February 6 for the Vice President or if anyone wants to file an impeachment against anyone, magagawa to at any time.
Tama po, Mr. President.
Let me reverse my question, Mr. President. Dapat ba maging madali mag-impeach ng isang officer? I'm asking, of course, your opinion that I value, Mr. President.
Depende po sa ini-impeach na opisyal. Pero kinakailangan po hindi dapat magmadali. Kaya dalawa po kasing bagay yun eh. Kailangan po siyang mapagbigyan ng due process niya at gaano man po karami yung ebidensyang inaharap sa kanya. Bigyan natin siya ng pagkakataong makasagot. So maaari pong mahirapan ng konti, tumagal ng konti. Ngunit kailangan po natin ibigay lahat ng proseso sa ini-impeach at sa mga nag-i-impeach.
I value your answer on due process, Mr. President, and that's my second point. But if you would just also accept, or maybe I can put on record, I'm of the personal view, hindi dapat maging madali mag-impeach ng isang impeachable officer. Bakit po? Unang-una, iilan lang po sila sa ating bansa. Ombudsman, member of constitutional commissions, President, Vice President, Supreme Court. Hindi dapat madali dahil it's an extraordinary remedy in extraordinary circumstance not to penalize them, but para protektahan ng ating bansa at para nga po alisin sila sa equation if they will damage our country. So the difference po with this impeachment sa iba, at least the impeachment of President Estrada, President Arroyo, and again, may I be sensitive especially to my friends here, who are of that administration, was with us, against us, or like Senator Jinggoy and Senator JV. Yung feeling kasi doon is that if there was another day na hindi na impeach, magagamit yung opisina na yon kasi presidente pinag-uusapan. Ganon din sa Chief Justice, na habang nandun ka, ma-impluwensyan mo yung korte. Pero pag pinag-uusapan mo Vice President ngayon, wala naman siyang hawak na departamento, wala siyang hawak na agency, Wala namang police, militar, NBI, Coast Guard, whatever under sa kanya. Yes, we should hold her accountable kung may ginawang mali. Dapat i-impeach pag may ginawang mali. Pero it's not true that today and tomorrow matters that much. Because wala naman siyang opisina na magagamit not only to cover her tracks or to damage the country. Diba? In fact, I doubt kung walang perpetual disqualification yan, baka iba ang suma natin ngayon. But I don't want to go to the political aspect. The point I want to make, Mr. President, is para tayong nag-Goldilocks. Pag gusto natin yung i-impeach natin, so nung time na yon na gustong i-impeach si President Erap, padaliin natin. At kung hindi, walk out tayo. Kung kakampi mo si GMA, pahirapan natin. Kung kakampi mo si Duterte, pahirapan natin. Diba? So, in that point, I see why the Supreme Court, they made a statement nag-statement sila about history. Sabi ng Supreme Court, ito po, sa page 94, we understand our history. We have learned that in the past, momentary desires to do what is convenient and concede means to ends have inadvertently created precedents that weaken the succor of law for those who dissent, or those that are society's margins, or those who have fallen out of grace from the powers that be. We have learned that the clash of political interests in the past, often disguised by noble intentions, have obscured the need to address the real problems of corruption, inequality, poverty, and disempowerment faced by our people. Kung ito lang po ang sinabi nila, Mr. President, sasabihin kong hindi ba namumulitika yung korte? But sinabi nila to after page 93 na iniisa-isa nila paano mo i-impeach eh. So parang ang tinuruan na ang Senado at saka House, gusto nyo impeach ang Vice President o sino man, sundin nyo lang to. Wala na kayong problema. So I think in that sense, Mr. President, it's a balanced decision. Ang question, Mr. President, yung tanong ni Senate Minority Leader, former Senate President Soto, operative fact, Mr. President. Mr. President, may I venture to answer the question of Senator Soto nung tinanong niya, ano to? Diba? Ano to yung nag-robe, etc. Nasagot na po kasi ni Sara Geronimo yon. Nung sinabi niya kay Coco Martin, there was never an us. There was never an us. Sinabi kasi ng Supreme Court na void ab initio to. But I have a reason, Mr. Minority Leader, former Senate President, and Senator Ping, why I bring this up. Because I agree with Senator Ping na ano ang i-dismiss natin. Because ang sinasabi ng Supreme Court, and that goes to my last point, for your consideration, Senator Marcoleta, sabi ng Supreme Court, there was never an us, ibig sabihin, void ab initio. So wala tayong i-dismiss. So theoretically, if we do not do anything today, we are following the Supreme Court decision. Except, that's why I'm agreeing with you. So agree with me when I'm agreeing with you, Mr. Senate President and Senator Ping. However, human nature is that if we do not do anything, people will say it's pending. And we do have the 1 year one filing bar. So the Constitution did not intend that every single day of your life as ombudsman, as vice president, president, may nakatutok sa yung impeachment. So it is also fair to the vice president that we dispose of this. The question now is, if it is void ab initio, why did the Supreme Court not apply the doctrine of operative fact? In my research, two reasons. One, hindi po bringing up ng House of Representatives ito. Bringing up po to ng House of Representatives later on in the MR. Number two, there is a rule that kapag ka magkakaroon ng injustice or may ma-oppress, hindi pwede yung operative fact. So since my finding, please correct me, Senator Marcola, I'm wrong. Since my finding po ang Supreme Court na sinircumvent yung 1-year bar, hindi ka ngayon pwede mag-operative fact kasi para mo ni-reward ngayon yung circumvention. Am I correct sa
Yes, Mr.
pagkalculate?
President, because the doctrine of operative fact is based on equity and fairness. Wala pong equity talaga eh. Hindi po sinunod ang mga tuntunin. So, sa umpisa pa lang, nagpalusot na, kaya hindi po pwedeng gamitin yung operative fact.
I see former Secretary Jeremiah Bellica in the crowd. Sa ease of doing business na si Majority Leader and si Senator Ping, I think were the sponsors, di ba, or the authors of the law. I don't know kung, ang alam ko, covered ang Congress dun eh. So kapag ka 10 days, at kasi ministerial yung sabi ng Supreme Court eh. Kapag ka nag-file ka ng impeachment, yung 10-day, 3-day, ministerial yon. So even if you do not consider it archived, if you apply the ease of doing business law that Secretary Jeremiah Bellica used to very much push in government, you would come to the same conclusion. My point is, Mr. President, we'll never come out with a perfect decision. People will disagree. That's why I agree with the statement of the IBP na ang kailangan sa Constitution ay hindi agreement, kung hindi adherence. The North and South of the United States did not agree on slavery. That's why they fought a civil war. Because they had to see who will adhere to this Constitution, who will treat this piece of paper as a living soul and a covenant of this country rather than just a piece of paper. And grabe po ang devastation sa United States. Buti po tayo nagdidebate lang. Buti po tayo yung dugo ng ating mga bayani ay minsan lang po inalay at ngayon nagdidebate na lang tayo sa desisyon na to. Pero kung hindi natin susundin ang Supreme Court decision and we will court a constitutional crisis, we will tear the Constitution apart. Because, Mr. President, this is going to the second to the last question. May option ba tayo not to follow the Supreme Court?
Wala po, Mr. President.
So it's for academic discussion and for criticism, for enlightenment, and trying to influence the court na masama decision nyo. In accordance, I respect the opinions for those who think the masama yung decision. But in actuality, as an institution, we have to follow, hindi po ba?
Tama po, Mr. President.
Is the gentleman a member of the Commission on Appointments?
Wala pa po yatang ini-elect.
Hindi, kasi may desisyon ng Supreme Court kung paano hati-hatiin yung membership ng CA. Kung hindi rin natin susundin yung desisyon ng Supreme Court sa impeachment, wag na rin natin sundin sa CA. What about sa sweldo ng mga senador? Diba, sabi sa konstitusyon, sa mga batas, hindi tayo pwede magpasa ng batas na makikinabang tayo.
Tama po yun.
So kung disagree tayo, wag na rin natin sundin dahil mas mataas na sweldo yon.
Kailangan po kasi palagi nating isasaalang-alang kung anong sinasabi ng desisyon ng Korte Suprema at hindi yung sarili po nating nilalayon o sarili nating interest.
Correct ko ba? Especially when we disagree. Madali kasi magsang-ayon pag we agree eh.
Tama po.
Marami magsasabing nag-uusap tayo through microphone but we agree on many things. But mas mahirap when we disagree.
Tama po.
Mr. President, so since we disagree slightly on dismiss, would the movant, the distinguished senator, consider na ma-amend yung motion that the Senate obey or follow or anong tamang salita na acceptable sa minority, the Supreme Court decision? Because if the motion is to obey the Supreme Court, so if the Supreme Court reconsiders, the motion still carries, then we will follow. If they don't, we will still follow. And right now, sabi naman nila, it is immediately executory. So as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't exist. But I agree with the gentleman, there's some action that is wanting eh. Kung
Tama
hindi,
po.
Kung hindi, it's there floating in the air. Anyway, I leave that as a question. There might be some people who want to interpolate, Mr. President, but may I offer that solution? We are allowed to amend, to propose an amendment to any motion if the movant agrees.
I am amenable to an amendment, Mr. President, like moving it to send it to the archives. Like we will have the same result if that is the case. And I will be pleasing Senator Soto if I do that.
What is the pleasure of the Honorable Soto, the distinguished Minority Floor Leader?
Thank you, Mr. President. It grieves my heart to disagree. I think I'd rather call for the previous question, a motion to table. It has the same effect, and you can bring it up anytime, but we did not say that we did not follow the Supreme Court decision. It will not say that we archived as the interpretation of the Supreme Court is kung ano yung word ng archive. Iba yung archive nila eh. Hindi pa nga adjourn, archive na sa kanila eh. Hindi ba? Hindi pa tapos yung session eh. Hindi naman ganun ang archive sa atin. Sa kanila ganun. Iba yung rules ng Congress eh. Iba yung kaysa sa rules nila eh. So, hopefully, baka pwedeng we can find a middle ground between the proposal of Senator Alan Cayetano and my motion to table, which has a higher precedence than the motion to dismiss.
But Mr. President, that is not consistent with the immediate character of the decision. The decision says it is immediately executory. A motion to table, hindi po immediate yun eh. Tsaka sabi nga ni Senator Cayetano, somehow there should be some action. The people are waiting for some kind of a closure before this chamber, because that particular decision is directed to no one but to the Senate, Mr. President.
Sir President.
Before the chair recognizes any member, the parliamentary status is that a motion was made by the Honorable Marcoleta, which he is willing to amend, and a higher order of precedence motion was made by the Honorable Minority Floor Leader. Both are pending, and to afford time for both the Minority Leader and the original movant to perhaps consider and find a compromise as agreed upon earlier, can we proceed with the interpolations and interjections, manifestations, if you will,
Yes,
of the
yes.
other members who had manifested to so interject and make known their position through a manifestation or interpolation?
Yes, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Therefore, I withdraw the call for the previous question, and then allow that to proceed. But then again, just a point of information for our colleagues. The Supreme Court has just received a motion for a TRO for the Senate not to take up this particular case. It was filed yesterday by the former Associate Senior Justice Tony Carpio, also Ombudsman Conchita Carpo Morales, Commissioner Heidi Mendoza, religious leaders, former military and public servants, Michelle Magno, students and the youth and the academy. They have filed a TRO with the Supreme Court, and we are awaiting something to that effect. It might come out today, and then we are again inuunahan natin. So hopefully, yes, we can proceed, Mr. President.
Thank you, Minority Floor Leader. Your manifestation is duly noted. Senator Cayetano,
Sir President, let me agree
wind
with,
up.
let me just agree with both you and the Minority Leader. And of course, thank Senator Marcoleta for his openness. Ang intention ko lang naman po in proposing an amendment, wala pa yung actual words, no? But Mr. President, kasi kung pwede, pag bumoto tayo, dahil mabigat po yung pagbobotohan natin at most of us have dug in already sa legal opinion natin sa boto natin. So kung mali ang framing kung ano pagbobotohan, mahirapan din tayo lahat. So meaning I don't mind if I vote for or against the proposition, at least malinaw kung anong pagbobotohan ko. So like I would vote to follow the Supreme Court decision. I'm thinking whether I'll vote to dismiss because the Supreme Court said it did not exist, void ab initio. But I don't want to vote against it because if I vote against it, it is live. And precisely the Supreme Court said immediately executory. No? So let me yield the floor para dun makapagtanong yung iba. But I'm hoping some of us can come up with language that will be acceptable. We might not have a unanimous vote, but at least klaro kung anong pinagbobotohan natin. Thank you very much, Senator Marcoleta.